Yo, what is up, boys? So, Ranked has been shut down for 5 days so far. It's been a total of 12 days. If you didn't know, Ranked was originally supposed to come back on July 1st. It did come back, the rank reset did happen, but there were a few issues. One of the major issues is that everyone was deranked to D5. And because of that and several other bugs, they shut down Ranked again, and it's been 5 days. No word of when it's going to come back. Hopefully it comes back tomorrow, Monday. And they just took the weekend off, and they're almost done, and they're just going to do finishing touches and release the rank reset. But the issue with all of this is throughout these 5 days, we've been deranked, and that's a huge issue because everyone is playing outside of their skill bracket. Like, you have previous Z ranks just stomping and bullying low ranks, and then you got low ranks just getting demolished by the high ranks, and that's just not fun for either party. It really isn't. So yeah, I think it was a mistake to just not revert any of the changes as they make this emergency maintenance thing. And I really don't understand how it takes 12 days to do a rank reset. Any other game I've ever played, whenever there's a rank reset, it just comes out with a patch. So I really don't understand what's going on. Maybe the dev team is just really small, which would be kind of sad because millions were made off of this game. We spent $100 on this game, and we're kind of getting, like, to be honest, just dog shit service. Like, this is just really bad for a $100 game that they made a lot of money off of. It's not like only 3 people bought the game. They made a lot of money on this. All in all, I feel like there's just no excuse to why they're taking so long. Maybe their dev team is really small and they just moved on to the next project, which is very sad because a lot of us spent a good amount of money for this game, and they made a lot of money on this game. So there's just really no excuse to why they're giving it so little attention and giving us such bad service in return for what we spent and what they made. But anyway, let's talk about something more positive. As you can see, I'm playing the new and improved singles mode. And I'm enjoying singles a lot more than I did before this patch. In this current patch, a lot of characters are way more viable as opposed to before. There are still a lot of characters that are at an inherent advantage over others. This is mainly the case for characters that could transform and gain health. So for example, if you choose base form Jiren, you can transform for 2 skill points to gain 10k health. And that's very strong, but that is at least way better than just choosing full power Jiren off rip and having 10,000 more health. Because at least now, you could probably force that Jiren to use explosive wave and he won't be able to transform. And you could just win the game before they get the transformation off and gain their 10k health. So it's a lot more balanced, a lot more fun. I feel like I don't lose the game automatically for choosing a mid DP character. Which you just saw me play a set with my favorite character in all of Dragon Ball, Future Gohan. Who's your favorite character in all of Dragon Ball? Now, you're watching me play with my favorite villain in all of Dragon Ball, which is Perfect Cell. Not super Perfect Cell, this is the 6th DP version of Cell, which I think is cooler both in lore and in this game. This Cell has After Image and Explosive Wave, which you will see. After Image is very strong now. The reason being is because After Image could kind of achieve what After Image Strike did before. You could use it to avoid super counters and then continue your combo. And as many of you may know, super counters are the strongest mechanic in the game. If you're able to nullify super counters, then that is very strong. And you could see throughout some of these matches, I'm abusing it against my opponent. And then there's really not much he can do unless he super counters me consistently. Another thing that makes After Image so strong is that I could use it in the middle of my opponent's combos. If there's any gap in my opponent's combo, I could just pop After Image and then dodge the combo, like I just did there. I don't know if you guys noticed previously, I popped After Image in the middle of my own combo. I did Z-Burst Dash Attack. The Z-Burst Dash Attack has so much hits done on it, I'm able to pop a skill in the middle of it, and then continue my combo against my opponent. And I think After Image is broken. Like, it is harder to counter than Wild Sense, because Wild Sense, when you proc Wild Sense, your opponent is forced into like some smash attack that'll knock you away. and you can dodge that. With after image, nobody is forcing the opponent to attack when you proc their after image. They could just literally walk away. So I think after image is not used very often, when I think it's one of the strongest skills in the game. It's probably the strongest evasive in the game in my opinion. But you could see in this upcoming interaction, like I don't do it successfully because I try to punish him for baiting out my after image, because he punch vanishes away and he punishes me. But if I didn't commit to a combo, I could have walked away. I could have just walked away if I wanted to, but I was just being greedy. Now I'm just going to try to charge ki, gain the ki advantage. I popped after image, and there it is. I dodge a super counter with after image. And like I keep saying, this is very, very strong. I would say it's broken. Now I'm in the ki advantage. I'm just gonna knock him back until he drains all his ki through the Vanish War. Super counter him again. And I'm in the ki advantage, and I just finish him off through knockbacks. Like I said previously, super counters are such a strong mechanic, and that is why after image is so strong, because it dodges the super counter. I basically won that match because I just super countered. Alright, next match. Now I'm playing my favorite in-game character, which is Spopovich. He's just such a smooth character. Like, his reach is insane. I think in singles now, Spopovich is going to be very strong, one of the best 3-bar characters, because he has a 1 skill point buff, and that buff is insane. I'm playing against Quinn BTW, who I do not like. In pre-patch, this guy would always be playing Vegito Blue. I'd be playing some weaker character. He beat me, and then he would like taunt me all game thinking he's good when I'm on a weaker character. Now that the game is more balanced, he's off Vegito Blue. Very funny, very weird. And not to mention, he's laggy as hell. Like, he is so delayed. And that's one of the biggest things I hate about this game being dead, is that I just come across so many people that I do not want to play against. Like, I do not want to play against this guy. I do not like playing against this guy. He's just disrespectful, and he's laggy, and that's just terrible. But you're gonna see, I can't even vanish against him. Like, he's just that laggy. I can't vanish against him. And that super counter was the luckiest super counter ever. Like, every super counter I'm getting, I'm just not expecting it to work, and I just get lucky, honestly. I should just go gamble now. I'm the luckiest man alive. And he's using explosive wave character because he knows he's laggy. He knows he's not going to be able to super counter, so he needs an explosive wave character. I don't like playing against this guy, so I just one and done him, not playing against that. I should block him, honestly, which, if you didn't know, if you block someone, you won't come across them anymore. But in this dead game, the more people you block, the less games you'll get. Sometimes I'll just deal with it. Alright, next opponent, I'm playing against the Dragon Ball Super Goku, base Goku. You can see I really like using the charge ki blast and then smash attack to approach my opponent. And that's a very strong thing. A lot of people are still not on to the smash attack wave. And you guys should really be taking advantage of smash attacks. Like, I barely use characters that have flying kicks. And when you learn the best moments to use a smash attack to open up your opponent, you're gonna be way better in neutral. Because it's risky to use a smash attack, and when you play with a lot of risk, you'll just get a lot better because you know the safest situations. So people who just crutch flying kicks all the time to open up their opponent, that's not good. Get off flying kicks characters and use characters that don't have it. You'll get a lot better. You can see there, I dashed towards him, charged my ki blast extra long to bait out his sidestep. Because I just know when people are going to sidestep. And I used the charged ki blast to open them up. Alright, now I'm playing with my favorite fusion character, Vegito Blue. Fusion characters basically got a nerf this patch because they don't transform to gain more health. They're all 3-bar characters now. But they still have their stats of having a lot of defense and a lot of damage. The damage scaling is a lot closer now, like I said before, but like a Vegito Blue is still going to do way more damage than a Chaozu. Not to mention, most of these 10 DP characters, they have a lot of knockback chains. You're going to see, once I get him in a knockback, I just use all of it. That's basically a free 10k damage unless they super counter me. Who do you guys like more? Vegito or Gogeta? I think Vegito's cooler. And again, Vegito's a non-flying kick character. I just like flying characters that don't have flying kicks. I don't need flying kicks. And here I opt to use his buff as opposed to using full power charge. I don't want to risk having the defense debuff. And buffs last for a long time now, so I'll take it. I will say one thing that sucks about most fusion characters is that they have shotgun ki blasts. Vegito Blue has a regular ki blast, and regular ki blasts are just so much better than most unique ki blasts now. I feel like there's not any unique ki blast that's good anymore. Air Fist is bad, Sword Slash is bad, shotgun ki blasts are bad. Just having a regular ki blast is better, and I wish they didn't do that. Like, I understand special ki blasts were pretty broken, but that's why they were special. They don't need to be like extremely balanced to the point where they're weaker, but at this point it's kind of a disadvantage to have a character that has a special ki blast. Shotguns could still do potentially a lot of damage, and they're very fast and they cost very little ki, but I'd still rather have a regular ki blast. And as you can see, I just spammed knockback chains on him, did a bar of damage to him, and that's game right there. 10 DPs are still very strong. More balanced though. Now, I'm playing my favorite movie villain, Turles. Turles is the original Goku Black. I always thought he was pretty cool, and I always thought the Tree of Might, the Fruit of Tree of Might, was a cool concept. And speaking of which, they did buff that move for Turles. He gets more buffs off of it now. It gives ki, and it lasts a lot longer. Which, unfortunately, I still feel like that's not enough. Turles' base stats are still not that good. Those buffs are just making him feel like a normal character. It is nice that it gives him ki now, so you could easily just stun your opponent and then use it to gain ki advantage over your opponent. He does have Explosive Wave, which is good, but they kind of interfere with each other. It's like, okay, I'm getting comboed and my defense is already pretty low. I need Explosive Wave. But if you use your Explosive Wave, then you're not going to have your Fruit of Tree of Might. So I feel like Turles is still a very underwhelming character, especially since his rush chains are really, really bad. His momentum is really bad, meaning like it takes forever for him to charge his attacks. Like his gut punch, his smash attacks takes forever to charge up, and it just gives the opponent a million years to react to it to vanish. Anyway, with all that being said, who's your favorite movie villain? Let me know. Alright, here's the last set I'm going to show you guys. I am playing Majin Vegeta, and that leads to the question, who do you like more, Goku or Vegeta? I'm playing my favorite rendition of Vegeta, which is Majin Vegeta. In the game, Majin Vegeta is very strong. The reason being, you will see soon. And that reason is because, look at his ki. He starts with a full ki gauge. I'm already at a huge advantage over my opponent who is using SS4 Goku. SS4 Goku starts with 1 ki bar. Like if I get a super counter or he gets a super counter, I'm just at a huge advantage. He should not have followed up there. I win the Vanish War and I'm just going to spam these knockbacks. I have enough to Zebra Stash at him and I'm still in a ki advantage. Yep, still in a ki advantage. I have how many knockbacks on him? I have like 7 knockbacks. That's just free damage. I didn't even play neutral yet, really. If anything, I lost neutral. But the super counters just lead to free combos, and that's a big issue with super counters and Zebra stashing. Yep. Even though I lose neutral, I win the game by a landslide. And that's one, like I said, that's just one of the biggest issues with this game is that there's a lot of matches where neutral just doesn't matter. You could be better than your opponent in neutral, but because super counters exist, it just doesn't matter. Ki advantage is just so strong. Same situation here. I'm in such a huge ki advantage that if he keeps super countering me, that's just going to reset the knockback chain. I'm going to keep doing this until he gets all my ki down, which is here. I choose not to follow up. I just do a Zebra Stash. Knock him back, charge some ki. I'm back at a ki advantage again. And this is just not fair. Like, Majin Vegeta is so strong. I feel like he is a very strong pick. A lot of people know this, but in pre-patch, I just never saw him. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Majin Vegeta in this new patch. Especially since he has a super armor skill. That skill is very, very strong. And that skill gives him a ki charge buff, so Majin Vegeta is like kind of like a pseudo-android. And I'm just breaking my opponent's guard, taking away his ki. As if I need that. I have a full ki gauge, I don't even need that, honestly. I use a step-in to dodge the Vanishing Assault. Step-in attacks are so strong and underrated. And yeah, I basically perfected him because of ki advantage. And that's it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed my little bit of ranting. I'm going to be back from vacation on the 10th, and hopefully I'll be able to get back to a normal upload schedule after months of not uploading. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Have a good day, you guys. I'll see you guys on the 10th or the 11th. And hopefully ranked will be back by then.